It's time to reintroduce myself to the internet. You might have once known me as the girl who literally crashed the hell out on social media. And if you don't know me, good. You weren't meant to know me until Rotner. I study forensic psychology. I'm in my master's. I am this close to being done. I get ready to start my thesis next semester, talking about mothers who humiliate their sons, how they turn sadistic and have coercive control behaviors. We need to debrief on who I am, what Dark Diaries is, and why you're here. Don't expect me to get full ready just because I'm living at home at 29 years old. I am unemployed and again, go to school full time. So what the hell am I gonna get ready for? Nothing. The Dark Diaries journey started long before I even started a brand. This is actually my third time trying to start social media. The first time it was after a sexual assault and I was in my PTSD growth era of this is gonna mean something to me, which it still does. The second time I tried, I was in the Marine Corps in Japan and I tried it with a friend. We no longer speak. This is the third and last time. There are some days that I want to quit and then I remember my old self and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I am not a quitter. I'm a winner. The life that I have lived thus far, I have always compared to other people in being like, I am a victim. I am too sensitive. I'm too dramatic. I care too much. I wish I could just turn off my brain. I'm a huge empath. Now, with that being said, if you know anything about empaths, you literally have to be a butthole in some ways in order to continue the empath journey of learning people's emotions, healing things, understanding how the mind works, how to have boundaries. I will not go into my childhood until I'm done with therapy. That's something that's like a very closed door for me. However, I do talk about other experiences that I've had in high school a little bit, college, and then in the Marine Corps, and when I got out of college. It has been a rough ride for mommy. A lot of bullying, a lot of sexual assault, a lot of physical abuse, a lot of emotional abuse, and no support. I had to do it on my own, as other people do as well. But along this journey, I realized, wow, when you have no one to speak to and you're rocking yourself in a corner of your room back and forth to self-soothe, you probably really actually don't have anyone.
You need to leave.
So let's not compare the two, okay? There are a lot of things on this app that I tell about myself that I'm not proud of. For instance, the way that I've spoken to people sometimes, the way that I always came aggressively at people. There is a meaning behind why people act and do the way they do things. And that's a huge reason why I got into forensic psychology, because I have had such a massive amount of trauma that honestly, a lot of it, I'm still digressing and learning about and really embodying within myself, not holding on to it, because this kind of goes into meditation. If you guys are into it, that's a whole other thing. Let me stop on the tangent. I'm also getting tested for ADHD. So if you can't tell, I'm really into meditation, journaling, just really grounding yourself and understanding philosophy, how the world works, how people think, listening to someone. Because when you listen to another person, whether it's a criminal, which I don't have experience with yet, but I also worked on an ambulance and in the ER and all this other crap. So I kind of like low-key have experience with that. Anywho, when you really sit here and listen to someone, you're stepping into another person's world with however much they're willing to disclose to you. And fortunately for me, I want you guys to see my world. I know that my world is not a singularity and it's amongst most women. Most women have experiences with sexual assault, physical abuse, emotional abuse, whatever it may be. And the knowledge that I teach you guys, it's not only in the perspective of criminals, because some people who watch me might actually be criminals in some way, shape, or form. They might have gotten misdemeanors, they might have gotten felonies, and came out on a different horizon and are wanting to understand now, like, why did I commit robbery and how does that tie back into my childhood? Why do I manipulate people? You don't have to come out right like I do to say things, but you just know. And I want Dark Diaries to be a spot where we can open up trauma, we can open up the floor and have unbiased point of views. We can constructively talk about things without crapping on one another or being like, you're manipulative, you're this person, you're that, just because someone's telling their experience. I would rather someone straight up say, hey, I robbed a store when I was little, or I robbed a store before because I was feeling like this in the moment. Everything is giving you something. I'm absolutely obsessed with human behavior. I could not fathom why some things have been done to me, why I have done things to other people. The thought of hurting someone like mentally makes me think that like you should just take me out back, and like I can't. I am such a big empath, and the fact that I've hurt some people, not all of them I regret. I'm not going to lie. I don't regret anything, because it's another thing of my belief. I believe everything happens for a reason. Everything bad or negative teaches you something about your life. This is human life. You have to have humility. I'm a big person who's blunt, obviously, like this, and it pushes a lot of people away just for how honest I am. I'm very interested in getting to know other people. I've been told that it's too like investigative. Like I've seen like I'm trying to get in there, but really that's me having a conversation with another human, trying to have a human experience. All too often people are masking, which is your ego. I just made a video on that yesterday, and they're not wanting to get to the deeper root of things. I genuinely don't understand why you would want to be miserable in your life every single day. I have been miserable in my life every single day for years, to the point where I don't remember half my life. I don't remember a lot of things because my brain has blocked it out. But there's other people who are like that too, that understand they've been this way and want to do something about it, or learn about it, or move in a positive direction. Take that negativity and turn it into something positive. I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 next month. I had to move home, I think at 27 or 28. I was in 20 grand debt. I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps, had zero support. All my friends stopped talking to me, and I mutually stopped talking to them. I had family shit on me. I don't have a good like dynamic really with family in general. So when I came home, like I was really prepared to die, and I made a plan for myself. I was gonna go in a cornfield. I live in the Midwest, and just let someone find me, and that was gonna be it. It is still hard some days, but the work that I have done and also building Dark Diaries has helped so much. God, it's helped so much. Meditation, therapy, journaling, talking to other people who are like-minded. Very few and far in between. But with this page, there's 18,000 of you. You know, we're all here for a different reason. I appreciate the people who get in my comments and communicate with one another and have differing opinions and don't argue with one another. I was a big arguer before because people wouldn't listen. People are so stuck in their ways that I see right through it. I believe I'm autistic. I'm getting tested for autism because my hypervigilance is like pattern recognition is off the charts. That or it's CPTSD. I am diagnosed with PTSD from an MST, otherwise known as a military sexual trauma from the military. And I'm sure that doesn't help as well, but I'm open about it. I want to talk to people about these things because labels are labels. The way that your brain is reacting to something is for a reason. Forensic psychology is extremely important to the criminal justice system. We need lots and lots and lots of reform. I get on here all the time. Sometimes I'm silly, goofy. I let you guys see who I am. Sometimes I'm serious. I'm not putting myself in a box for anyone, let alone myself. If I want to say it, I'm going to say it. If I want to think it, I want to think it. If I'm going to do it, it's already done. And I expect you to be the same way. Trust, when you follow me, you're going to see a journey, and it's either going to be pissing you off or make you really inspired, because I'm a very polarizing person, and I could guess that you probably are too. My story isn't perfect, but no one's is. It's called humility. I have a lot more plans that I'm doing with this brand. I want to start up the podcast again. The first one was so cringe, guys. I'm cussing like a sailor. I'm so sorry. That's why I had to put unfiltered. Low key, I thought about deleting it because I was like, I don't want professional people to see this. And then I'm like, you know what? Again, I want to show all parts of me. If you look back at my oldest videos, you can see the moment that I obviously started posting is when I decided, screw it, I want to die anyway. I have nothing left for my life. Let's just do this, and pretty much put a message out there before I pass so that people know who I really am, because I struggle with really grasping that people can perceive me. I've been gaslit a lot. I've been manipulated a lot. I've also turned into some of those behaviors because of my trauma. And I realize I don't have to sit here and tell literally no one that I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. And I feel this huge urge to just share it with people, because people make mistakes. People grow. We're human, okay? Dark Diaries is a safe space for you, your trauma, your thoughts, whatever it may be. Unless you're coming on here and being like, I don't care that you were essayed or essay isn't real or people lie. Like if you're victim blaming, no, I'm not doing that. You can get off my page real quick. I don't care about you. But everybody else, oh, and let me say with that too, if you change your mind, if you're in that mindset and you listen to some of these things and you change your mind, cool. You know, I'm a big person on like, just say it, get it off your chest, apologize, and we're done. I'm not going to do it anymore. Everything is about accountability and it starts with you. You run your life. You're in control. There's so much I can go into, but Dark Diaries is a safe space for you and I really hope you guys enjoy. Welcome if you've never seen me before, and hello to my new followers. I've gotten a lot of you, and there's a lot to come. This year and next year, I'm banking on it, is going to be the best years for my social media. I'm going to be on the come up. Welcome to Dark Diaries.